Hello, I'm Scott Bogey here with Marlon Giacone ahead of his fight against Rayan Mokhtari, I think is how you pronounce it. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm all good, Scott. And yourself?
I'm doing good. And how are you feeling ahead of this upcoming fight on December 21st?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling ready. But I'm not trying to like deep it too much
Yeah,
because for me, like this whole year has sort of been like a fight camp, which has been in and out. I fought 6 times already, so I'm sort of used to this feeling right now. And I'm sure like fight week gets closer, things will start to feel a bit more real. But it's good, man. It's good. I'm ready and I'm excited.
exactly. And obviously, you fought in the last Fight Star card. You're fighting on this one, so you kind of know about the environment and what you're expecting within building up to the fight week.
Yeah. Fight Star is a great show. I fought Fight Star and Cage Warriors Academy.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't realize this because I'm still quite new to all like the MMA scene and everything. But those are two of the best shows. And yeah, like the how it's all run and everything has been like outstanding. And to get to fight at the O2 Indigo as well, like that's massive. That's massive. I'm just telling you, I'm fighting at the O2. And
Exactly.
yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Yeah.
Exactly. I saw online, I think it's like over 80% of it has been sold. That must feel good knowing that you're going into this arena. It's going to be packed as well.
Yeah. The last Fight Star was the first fight of the night,
Yeah.
which I liked. I liked because I was in there, I was out there, I got to enjoy the rest of the show. But also it was a little bit like bittersweet because the crowd wasn't as big as for some of the later fights. So that atmosphere was good. Like I had all my boys there, everyone from the gym, and I could hear them. It was amazing. But this time I'm looking hopefully to be a little bit further on. There's a bit more of a crowd, but obviously I'm still like pretty fresh, so I don't think I'm gonna be like I'll still be pretty early on. But it's gonna be good either way.
Exactly. And I was going to ask that. Obviously, you are in that cage. You will be locked in. But can you hear like the atmosphere, the crowd behind you?
Yeah. You can, and you can't. Like the more fights I'm having, the more present
Yeah.
I'm getting to be in there. Like my first fight, it was all a bit of a blur. I just sort of, yeah, just went one track minded. Just yeah, it's sort of like I didn't really pay attention to the crowd or anything, but yeah, I'm trying to get more present there, trying to think about also like entertaining the fans or the crowd, whoever's there, like, and then yeah, that's my goal. But yeah, you can hear it, but most of the time it's you're so focused on the task at hand, it doesn't really bother you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And obviously, your last fight, October the 5th, when did you, from after that fight to obviously getting the fight booked, when was discussions first had about getting you on this card?
Straight away, really, because we got told at the gym that there's obviously going to be a fight style card,
Yeah,
and I wanted to get on it just because of the last one. I thought it was a great show. So yeah, pretty much straight away, I was like to Brad, yeah, like get me on that if you can, and yeah, the rest is history.
exactly. And is it the GB top team that you train out of?
Yes, GB top team.
And how has that been for the development? Because obviously that is a very well-renowned gym within the UK. Even on the Cage Warriors, the last one in London, I think you were undefeated in that one. So how has it been there?
It's been crazy, man. Like this is pretty much my first MMA gym. I'm very lucky to have like I only live 20 minutes away. So it was a no-brainer for me to come here. But I've trained at a couple other MMA gyms like over the years, but I was never seriously doing MMA. But this year I decided just to come here and yeah, just make the plunge. And I pretty much tried to get straight away into like the pro team sparring. And it's been amazing for my development, getting to go with such high level people. Like yeah, it's nuts, man. Like before I was even had an amateur fight, like there was a time I can remember it quite specifically. I had literally my sparring on a Tuesday. I had a round with like Nathaniel Wood, Nick
Yeah.
Bagley, some other like mad pros. Like there's so many good pros in the gym. I couldn't even like name everyone. There's so many. But it's like to get that level of people and you haven't even had a fight, like it's different level, isn't it? So yeah, I'm blessed to be here.
And how is it being able to train with like the likes of Nathaniel Wood? Um, I know Loney, he trained that GB top team. How is it being able to have that UFC guys in the gym, being able to rely on their experience?
Yeah, it's proper inspiring. Definitely inspiring. And because you can see the path that they've
Yeah,
done. So it's yeah, it's good to see that. And then also just to see how good they are. But yeah, it sucks as well. Like it's not always nice to do rounds with Nathaniel, man. This guy's kicking your calf, uh, trying to take your head off. Like when someone's that good, it's tough. But I still like take so much value from every sort of round with all these high level guys. And it's MMA, innit? Like it's not ballet. Can't expect to not get hurt, you know. So it's
exactly.
been amazing.
And like you said, you took this year, you wanted to focus on MMA. What made you try to have that go full in?
I've always for about like 5 or 6 years, I've been an MMA fan and I've trained about I've sort of been in and out of martial arts for about 5 years, like on and off, but never done MMA. I've always just knew like I've always been an MMA fan, and I was only doing like a bit of boxing, a bit of kickboxing, and yeah, but I sort of looked around and I saw this gym was local. So it sort of was a no-brainer for me to just come here. And then as soon as I stepped in the doors and then started coming and seeing how everyone was working, I just got inspired and yeah, and just thought, fuck it, like let me just yeah, get into it, you know?
And it must be nice being able to fight locally as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. It's literally on the couple stops away on the train and then we're there. And the O2, like everyone wants to go to it. It's a good night out for people coming to watch. It's yeah, it's amazing.
And what do you feel like your plans are? Like what you're wanting to achieve next year?
I just want to keep this momentum going, you know. Like I'm still an amateur, so when I'm an amateur, I just want to have loads of
Yeah.
fights, maybe like take loads of lessons, good fights, whatever, and yeah, just keep winning, keep trying to like get my name out there, and fighting higher levels of competition, and yeah, just want to keep the momentum going. Really, to be honest with you,
And in your last fight, you also got the victory due to a majority decision. How did you see that fight going in for you?
I wasn't happy after that fight at all. Um, yeah, like, I yeah, it just I wasn't happy with the performance. Like a lot of people. I reposted a story of me getting my hand raised, and I looked depressed as fuck. Like, and everyone was commenting like, "Oh, like why did you win? Did you win?" And I was like, "Yeah, I won, but I can't fake my emotion when I'm in there. Like, it's happened to me
Yeah.
after fights actually. Even if when I've got the win, I know like I should be doing way better, and I've looked a little bit like depressed or whatever. But yeah, I wasn't really happy with it. It wasn't the best camp because I had a hand injury. I couldn't really spar. But yeah, this time is going to be way better. Man. Like camp's been good. I've only improved. Like yeah, I have no complaints this time around. And yeah, I still got the win, so can't complain at all. You know.
I was gonna say, does that show like your like discipline that even though you did get the victory, you're not happy just about that. You're wanting to put on these good performances as well.
Yeah, I think so. Like for me, it's I can't really be too happy after a performance like that because I know like where I want to be and where I think I can be. So I see the level of some people. I'm like, if I'm fighting like that, it's not good enough. But also, I need to just fucking like sort of stop being, I don't know, just annoyed about it. Just live in the moment, be happy, and just, well, you know, like that's another thing I'm trying to work on as well.
Then I guess once you get the victory in this fight, you do get a nice reward. It's a nice wee Christmas present, and then you get to have your Christmas dinner after that. Then it's a nice wee reward for all the hard work.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Can't wait. I can't wait. I love Christmas dinner. I'm not really a turkey guy, but yeah, it's gonna be good. Potatoes, everything. Gonna
And then
definitely over Christmas.
and then obviously with Fight Star, it is a massive promotion. Are you looking to try and get back on the next card as well, or are you just going to wait to see what opportunities come up? And if that's the next one, that's the next one.
Yeah, I think I'd love to do it again. I don't. I think next year I want to just keep the ball rolling. So if it comes up and I can do it, but I want to try and like be very active. So if there's something before then, I'll do that as well. I'm not too focused on like certain dates now as an amateur. It's more about just getting experience in and just taking fights. You know,
So then, obviously, how long do you feel like you're going to stay as an amateur? Are you really just relying on your coaches to tell you when you're going to be ready?
yeah. I'll speak to the coaches, see what they think. But also, I think I'll know when I'm ready.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to. I'd like to really challenge myself against some of the UK's best amateurs, even in Europe. So at points next year. So hopefully, if all of that goes well, then yeah, then it'll be ready to go pro. But I don't think it's anytime soon. I think all of next year I'm gonna just keep working and just ask the coaches, see how that goes.
Then obviously another thing you could go down the route of is the IMAFs. I know they just had their World Championships not that long ago. Is that something that you would like to take part in later on?
I think IMAX is cool, but sorry, sorry, you with me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I think IMAX is cool, but it's just it's sort of like you gotta obviously get all this money together, get people to
Yeah.
go out there. I'm not overly fussed about it. If I got the opportunity, I'll take it for sure. But I think I'll be more interested in just taking like regular fights.
And how do you like make the balance between your training and like your work life?
Yeah, it's tough right now, like it's tough, but you sort of got to accept that it is what it is. It's MMA, amateur MMA doesn't pay,
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, like everyone wants to have money as well, but it's a sacrifice that I've had to make in terms of earning more money than I could. But it's worth it, man. I love the life I live right now. So yeah, it's definitely a worthy sacrifice.
And is it a sacrifice that you can see? It's a sacrifice now, but in the long run, it will pay off once you get into that pro scene and you start racking up the wins on there as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's yeah, it's a bit of a sort of you're working now for it to pay off later
And
kind of
how did and how did you get into the combat sports?
to I used to play football until about 18 and then I sort of stopped doing anything like I wasn't doing any sort of sports but I've always been a very active person like, always doing loads of different sports always outside and I sort of as Conor McGregor was coming up or like maybe towards near his Mayweather fight he was obviously massive and he sort of maybe helped me get into MMA. I saw it, I liked it, and then from there, just started doing like, Muay Thai, boxing, just fighting in the gym with some boxing gloves, just fighting strangers, just anything like that. That's what I was doing.
And who would you like currently in the UFC? Who would you say you resemble the most to?
I don't know to be honest. Yeah, I like to think I've got my own sort of style, but uh, I'd have to sit down. I don't know if I watch enough of like the people now to say, but I guess fuck it, man. I need to think about that more. I don't know.
No, that's completely fine. Obviously, this weekend in the UFC, you have got the flyweight Panchula defending his belt. Now, there has been a lot of controversy surrounding his challenger coming just joining the UFC and getting that title shot straight away. What do you feel like your view is on someone joining the UFC, getting that title shot straight away, instead of maybe fighting a top contender first?
Who's he fighting again?
It's like Kai Asuka. He comes from
Oh,
Ryzen.
okay. If he was like a big champion there, I think fuck it. Like, why not? Why not? The flyweight division, there's not too many like big names. I think
Yeah.
if he was a champion and like was destroying people in another organization, I think although he might not have earned it in the UFC, he's still MMA isn't just the UFC, It's loads of different organizations. So he's still like paid his dues outside of the UFC. So yeah, why not?
And do you feel like with MMA as a sport in a whole, the reason that it is a lot of fun is the fact that one defeat doesn't just destroy your career like in a sport like boxing, whereas it does take a massive effect on you. You can go out there, you don't really have to be that concerned about losing, you can take those risks, and one defeat won't define you. Do you think that's what makes that appeals to MMA more than the other sports?
I think yes and no, because one defeat doesn't define you. Definitely not in MMA, but it's so hard to not even lose in MMA. I think that's
Yeah.
why it's there's so many different styles. There's so many ways to lose. It's obviously it's very very difficult to go undefeated. Boxing, I think it's like now the Saudis have come in. They're actually making fights, and I feel like people are going to start losing more. But yeah, there's definitely some appeal to that. Like knowing that you get a second chance, third chance, whatever. Like there'll be some of the best MMA fighters of all time. Probably got like more than 6, 7 losses on their record.
Well, thank you for coming on today. I'll let you get going to training. Is there anything you would like to add or anyone you're wanting to shout out?
Yeah, just the standard shout outs, like everyone at the gym, um, friends, family, everyone supporting, people like you as well. Like I don't, yeah, yeah, just everyone who's like into the scene. Yeah,
And
standard.
thank you so much for coming on.